Hello, my green skin. Green skins. God damn, one of these days today. And we are in Chuck Norris month, season 2 of Orc War Chief Reviews. I didn't think I'd be going this long. Surprised I got a season 2 going. So Ed, what did we watch today?
We watched Octagon
Octagon, yep.
by Chuck Norris.
By Chuck Norris, because we are still in Chuck Norris month.
Here's the thing, though. In July, we had the 4th of July, and there's just as many explosions on that day as there are in these Chuck Norris movies.
Yep, there you go. And any explosion at an American guys. We lost him. Where'd we lose you?
No, just the stupid pause where we had nothing to say.
Oh no! I paused for a purpose. You see, I paused to take just how uncanny valley this fucking movie is with its fucking ass. Okay, we'll get to this. All right, so let's break her down.
It is surreal.
It is surreal. There are moments in this movie that are so surreal. Yeah, so surreal. It's up someone's surreal. That's what it is. Oh, fuck.
All right, back to the movie.
Okay, so this movie, it's good.
So bad, it is good.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. This movie is bad, but I don't know if I would say so bad it's good. I would say it's just a good movie that just has some really bad, weird moments in it.
We were speculating that perhaps the scriptwriter and the director never spoke to each other or never even knew who the other one was, because that's how disconnected the whole thing is.
Yeah, it's going to be about as disconnected as one of my reviews, so it's going to be one of those. So, breaking this down, let's quickly talk about the music. Okay, we talked about the music. I hate to say it, that's how bad this one was. There's no music worth talking about. I can't think of a single thing in this that actually made me go.
Well, I would say the music is perfect for this kind of setting.
Yeah.
Because it is supposed to be quiet. There's ninjas, there's some flutes here and there, and it goes doo-doo, something like that.
Yeah.
It's the very quiet parts of a Western.
Well, I didn't find the ambiance that good though in this one. This one didn't have that great music. That's the one thing we gotta say about McQuaid.
Yes, McQuaid had way better music.
Yeah, it had way better music in some parts. And this one didn't have any. And this is America Cinema, or I think it's either American Media or Cinema. I actually thought this was canon back in the day, but apparently I was wrong. And I wish it just had more. I don't know if you felt the same way.
It could have had a lot more, yeah.
So, what did you feel about the acting for this one?
The acting wasn't the bad part. It was just the actors didn't know what to say for their lines that they were given. There was a lot of moments where they had
unfucking canny valley moments. There are a lot of moments.
It's uncanny.
Yeah.
It's like Silent Hill, because they would be saying some line and then there's a pause or a cut off. It gets cut off. I can imagine the dialogue in my head. There's the hyphen or whatever to cut out their sentence. But then the actor didn't really know how to say it.
Well, my going theory is the guy who wrote the script for everybody was
foreign.
No, I don't know, but no, I know, I can't understand that. That's pretty much how this is. My theory is that it wasn't a foreign thing. I think the guy just did put hyphens in places. So the guy was afraid of the hyphen, or he was he was a guy who's on Twitter all the time. There you go.
You mean he had a character limit before?
Yeah. The guy had low toner or something like that on his printed when he was printing out the pages.
He had a budget for his typewriter.
Yeah, budget for his typewriter at the time. So he's typing out the script, or maybe the hyphen key didn't work or something.
The period button didn't work either.
Yeah, because there are moments where there is a scene we'll probably shoot that up on the little images. This woman says something, and literally it was about as broken as I just did it.
May I sit down? This is going to take a while to explain.
Can you tell me how to get to Sakura's camp?
I can't tell you how to get there, but...
Why not? You trained there.
I know that I trained there. It's just that it's a little bit more complicated than that. Sakura.
I can't help you.
Damn. I came to you. This is only because I'm afraid of you. This is ridiculous.
It was like, no, I don't, but I understand, I don't know. I'm like, Jesus fuck, woman, what the fuck?
Dude, are you reading the script? That's literally what she said.
Yeah.
That was almost word for word.
It was scary. I was just like, and then it's like, there are moments in this movie that are so disjointed and weird. And that's the, like, there's this...
Oh, speaking of weird...
Remember the line dancing scene?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, the transitions are, like, the most weirdest thing of the whole thing,
Yeah.
because there is a part where, wait, what was it? Like, the guy was being attacked by ninjas. Oh, no, there's ninja training, and then there's line dancing right after the training. It, like, just, like, cuts to, like, a girl's legs, like, doing line, like, square dancing.
Yeah, the line dancing. Out of nowhere, square dancing, and it just, like, there's a reason for it, but it's so fucking weird. It's just everything about this movie has an uncanny valley to it. And the funny thing is, there's some great lines. Like when Chuck Norris is acting aside the guy from Angel Eyes from...
Concern. Concern.
Yeah, Angel Eyes, whatever his name was. Angel Eyes. There are times where he says stuff, and it's like they say stuff, and they actually, like, the way they parlay, it sounds real. It sounds like two real people having a conversation. But then it just jumps to this weird disjointed shit.
Yeah, in the beginning of the movie, it was coherent, but then the last half, it was like, we have no idea what they're trying to talk about or where they're going.
No, the funny thing is, that the creepy thing is you can, the scary thing is how disjointed this movie is, you can still follow along. That's the fucked up thing. like you weren't getting lost. I was like, are you getting lost? No, I'm actually, I'm following it, but I have to pay attention. If I wasn't paying attention, this would make no goddamn fucking sense.
Like, there are some movies that they can be a silent film. Like, the dialogue is just like an extra. It's not needed to understand the story. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie is definitely not silent film friendly. It cannot be a silent film at all.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of scenes in here that just really, it's sad because it really does do that. But the acting is, that's the biggest fucking fault of this. There's some great acting. There are moments where there are guys having monologues and conversations, and it actually seems believable, but then it will follow a scene that fucking is like, random ninja training out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So, should we do story or fight choreography next?
I say we do story first, just so that the people know what we're talking about.
Okay, so Chuck Norris is whispering to himself. And
it's echoing.
It's echoing. But yeah, he'll be talking to himself. And the inner monologue, I think this movie was before Dune. Now I know where Dune got this idea. The original Dune movie.
Oh, geez, I didn't even recognize that. Yeah, that's maybe this movie inspired, what's his name? David Lynch.
Yeah, maybe.
To be more surreal than he already is.
Oh, well, that's hard. That's up there, man. Like, that's up, that's that motherfucker.
So if you're wondering how surreal this movie is, it inspired David Lynch to be more surreal for Dune.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's total bullshit. We have no idea where David Lynch got that stupid idea from. So basically, he's kind of talking to himself, and then the movie cuts to ninja training out of nowhere. And then it cuts to Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris clapping at like some ballet.
Yeah, some ballet. Then I think it cuts to ninja training again. Then it cuts to Chuck Norris and his little quote-unquote friend. Oh, well, let's call him what he is. Quote-unquote soon-to-be-dead character in this movie.
Well, because his friend was AJ, right?
Yeah, AJ.
Okay, so it sets up AJ as his friend, who's also a ninja, right?
Almost jacked up, I guess is his actual name.
But actual jerk.
Actual jerk. Oh yeah, actual jerk worked for this guy. So actual jerk is fawning over a ballerina, even though he has a girlfriend, and literally says this while his girlfriend is like right behind him, and like insults his girlfriend, which is like a total douchebag move. Was able to sweet talk her into actually like staying with him, which, by the way, to any woman, if a guy is willing to talk that hardcore shit about you, look for somebody else. Like, that's a fucking...
Or just clap when he gets killed in the end. I think we were supposed to be happy that he dies.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because he's such a dick in this entire movie. So almost jerk.
Almost jerk.
Yeah, so almost jerk has to deal with his girlfriend, and always jerk. I guess always jerk sounds better. Always jerk. Yeah,
It sounds funny.
yeah. Always jerk ends up like sweet talking his girlfriend in one of the most weakest ways I've ever seen.
Well, here, before we continue with that, let's just make it like a very quick synopsis of the whole thing. So, Chuck Norris is a trained ninja with his brother, who was like,
Oh no, I was going the way the film was. I was actually gonna legit go through it all.
no, I'm gonna do like a really quick synopsis so that people understand like the whole movie just really quickly. So his whole goal is to kill his brother, who is like the ninja trainer in Mexico, and then so he has to find out where the brother is.
No, that's not his game. No, that's not his. That's not how that went down. That was not how she went down. She went down that Chuck Norris stumbles across this stupidity, realizing that this is his brother and that he actually fights ninjas. Which, he, like I said, he hooks up with Ballerina Girl. Ballerina Girl gets axed because she apparently was a ninja. Which, I didn't know ninja ballerinas existed, but apparently they do.
They're limbo. It makes sense to me. The best dancers are the best ninjas.
I guess, I don't know. Have to ask those Naruto fans what they know. So he deals with these ninjas, which starts leading him on that chase. And like most Chuck Norris movies, it's Chuck Norris going, "No, I'm retired," or "I don't want to do this," or "It's not my goal to do this."
I gave up being a ninja a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what it is. And then as people slowly die around him, he slowly starts getting involved.
Well, and also he gets involved because this woman, like, crashed her car next to, like, a cliff, and then he helps her get out by, like, driving her, and then he wants to bang her. And then she ends up being this really rich woman with, like, fur coats and everything, and she has, like, a white maid, so you know she's loaded, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if she was white. She didn't look white to me, but,
She was passing.
Okay, she was passive. Okay. We'll have to have a picture. We'll have to have leave in the comments if she was a white maid or not, because white.
Audience, tell us in the comments if she's white or not.
I know my feeling was Puerto Rican, but that's just yeah. If we're going there, that's just my vibe. Then after that, we get, like I said, it's just Almost Jerk gets pretty much lumped into this bullshit because Almost Jerk can't stop being a jerk.
And he gets cornered in a rice maze.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember the rice maze thing more than anything. You just started laughing because you're like...
I loved it, because in America, I always see corn mazes. This is the first time I saw a rice maze.
No. See, he's never worked in a warehouse, man. You fucking put wherever you can fucking put shit. And you can get some weird maze-like scenarios because you got assholes not paying. You got one guy not telling the other guy, "Hey, we're trying to make a row." And so one guy's like, "Well, I'm starting the row over here," while another asshole starting a row. But then you got this weird fucking maze. Like, they get, those places get crazy. I've worked in storehouses. You get some weird shit.
Well, here's the thing, because the scene started with AJ. He's like, "Hey, are you a ninja?" And the guy runs away into, like, a warehouse.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm going to hide in a bunch of, like, rice piles." And then AJ has a search for him.
Yeah.
And then AJ doesn't really do anything to stop him. It's some other guy who strangles him.
Yeah.
And it looks like the most homoerotic strangle I've ever seen in my life, because he's like, "Ugh, ugh, ugh."
Yeah, it's pretty, and you could tell.
I could imagine like a dick slowly like going towards his mouth while he's doing it.
Hey, what you like to do on your spare time, man, that's your own thing. No, it's weird because that entire scene, like, it even didn't look like a proper choke out. Like, you should have just had the rope go around the guy, and you didn't have to show his face. I don't know why they did that. That was a weird one. And like I said, that's the whole point. Chuck Norris finds out there's ninjas, and I guess in his past, he was actually he was an adopted son of a ninja, and one of the last ninjas. And then you got his brother, and his brother's training terrorist ninjas. Which...
in France, of all places.
No, it was in South America.
Oh, never mind. Who was in France then?
I don't know who was in France. I couldn't figure that out either. This is where the movie... This is like the last bit of that movie. It just kind of breaks down into weirdness. I thought they were always in South America. I don't know where you're getting this France shit from.
Because they were in Paris. It was straight out of that scene from Team America when they're like blowing up the Eiffel Tower.
Really? I didn't see that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's that scene where he's looking for a Mexican guy in Paris, and he's like, "Hey, wow, where part of South America are you from?"
No. Like that all. I all thought it took place in Mexico, like in Mexico City, because there were some times that looked like it was very Mexico, especially that car, that fucking car.
Okay, right here I'm gonna show the part where it shows like the Paris place, and it has the guy playing chess. I never seen anybody play chess in Mexico. What are you on about?
Oh fuck yeah! No, fuck yeah! I don't know where you're getting
That's
this.
like the most European thing possible.
Yo, jeez, I wonder who conquered Mexico back in the day. The Spanish?
That's true. There is a connection.
The French? The everybody? The Americans on and off?
This is the perfect movie to watch on Cinco de Mayonnaise.
Cinco de Mayonnaise, yeah. Anyways, he gets caught, but Chuck Norris is running around with this new former ninja girl who, I don't know, her storyline is fucked up too. She has a broken conversation bit too that's like, well, I'm afraid of you, but you could take this away from me anyway. But then I found out this guy, and I was actually it was like a 12-year-old wrote it, right? Like then there was this guy, and like I wanted to be cool.
So this is the part of the movie where like we were saying how somebody was so disjointed with their script, and this is the girl. This is the girl who's a fun fact. She was played by Michael Jackson of all people before his role in The Wiz.
I don't know where he gets this. That was actually a stunning woman for that era.
She is sexy, but if you look into her eyes and you like put her face next to Michael Jackson's, it's like it's uncanny how close they look.
I don't know. I think it's the high cheekbone things. I don't know. He's got a cheekbone issue.
It's quite literally the eyes.
It's the eyes. I would say that's pretty much the story. It ends up becoming a revenge story because people are dying around Chuck Norris, and like most Chuck Norris movies.
Oh, and then now we're at the last 20 minutes, and this is where he goes to the octagon. Nobody knows how he figured out where it is, but...
Yeah, she kind of helped him.
Okay, so... I don't know how he found out, but he gets to the octagon, and they call it the octagon because it has like 8 corners of like this. It's like a big like fortress of wood.
Yeah, and it's like American Gladiators, I believe, is what you put.
Yeah, it was like that, or the Takashi's Castle, where he has to go through an obstacle course, and there's like ninjas instead of crocodiles because they couldn't afford crocodiles, but there's like ninjas in the water, and they like jump out to like attack him while he's going through like these like hopscotch areas, or what do you call it, lily pads?
Yeah. Yeah, it goes into epic after epic after epic. We'll get into in the fight choreography, the reason to watch this movie. But then he ends up facing and defeating his brother, and that's the end of the movie. Like that's literally, we just spoiled it for you.
And the second the sword hits his brother, boom, it's over.
Yeah, boom, it's over, which is a good way to end it.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was. It's also, the benefit is this movie's not too long. Like
it's an hour and a half, typical like action movie.
Which is what you want. You want something that get you and get you good. You don't want a 2-hour epic like fucking McQuaid.
Is this like half of the length of McQuaid?
Yeah, I know. McQuaid felt like it was 5 hours long, didn't it? Okay, so the big epics on this, the fight choreography, and this had amazing fighting.
The first fight with the guns, that was the best part because they have all these squibs going on and like everything gets covered in blood.
That was like violence out of nowhere because we watched. There was no squibs in the other movie, but this movie had fucking fight, bam, 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 bam. And like, just guns going off, people dying, people running away. Like, it was really good.
Yeah, like this woman, she has like her baby stroller, like hit some car, and then she pulls out a fucking like German MP40 from the baby stroller, and then starts shooting up everybody in the rich person's car. I think that's the ballerina that you're talking about, right?
I don't know if that was the ballerina or not. It actually doesn't describe if it's the ballerina. Anyway, they shoot him up. They shoot the Canadian diplomat. It's just a Canadian diplomat.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's a Canadian diplomat. I'm such an idiot.
I know, right? Like the Canadian diplomat gets axed, and then his daughter gets pissed off and starts shooting at the guys.
Yeah, and they run off in another car.
And it was like a violent, like it just this instant violent beginning, and
it was a great opening. Honestly,
it was like it starts off slow, then it gets a good, then it slowly builds.
It starts off on the best foot possible, which is just like blood everywhere and people shooting each other, which is what you want in a Chuck Norris movie.
Yeah, and then we cut. Then, like I said, we cut to the first fight sequence, and you know what? Even though it's a little dark, it looks good. Like it's a good.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the part where Chuck Norris is in his house, and then he brings that woman to his house, and he starts whispering to himself. He's like, ninjas, up the stairs.
No. He doesn't get that awesome. I wish he did. No, she brings him to her house, and they literally. He's like, someone's here. They're here. Someone's hiding. And so he somehow, with his ninja powers, realizes it, and it breaks into a fight. And he's kicking all this ass. And then this woman who's supposed to be a trained ninja gets axed in a couple seconds. And then a Chuck Norris kicks the living crap out of everybody.
He kicks someone through a window. That was the best part.
Yeah. That kicks him right through a door. No, that was a door that got blown out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was a good fucking kick. It was a solid fucking kick. And then he turns on the lights, and the entire family's been murdered. So Chuck, like that's like great. And then as the fight choreography continues, every scene in this, including like when Chuck Norris is kicking ass, it is Chuck Norris kicking ass, and it's good. Like it's really fast, quick, bam, 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 bam. Like it looks really good. Like it's really perfect fighting. Like.
It's a lot more kicks than there are punches, and that's really hard to do too when you're like about to kick somebody in the head and if you don't want to hurt the stunt actor, like goddamn.
Yeah, and he does some amazing spin kicks. Like there's some good moves.
There's axe kicks, front flip kicks.
Like there's a couple too that look like they connected. Like there's that one kick, there's that mule kick he does to a guy where he just fucking gets him right in the fucking balls. Like, and you're thinking to yourself, that guy just got kicked in the balls, because
if you zoom in, you can see the balls jiggle within his pants after the kick hits.
Yeah, you're like, and if Chuck Norris is like a professional, because I've never heard anyone say, like, I've heard stuff about Bruce Lee being tough on stuntmen. Yeah, like I never heard anything about Chuck Norris. Same thing with Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal was notorious for being apparently hardcore on like.
I like how you never want to talk about him, but you always bring that guy up. He's he who shall not be named. Okay.
No, he's not. He should not be named. That's Bruce Lee. You talk shit about Bruce Lee, you're fucking.
You get a nunchuck to the head when you're sleeping.
Yeah, you got a nunchuck to the head. Some fat weave that's never done martial arts in his life freaks out and says, "Oh, you pick on Bruce Lee, I'm gonna get you!" And he fucking throws out the nunchucks. So you just gotta sit there and watch him hit himself in the face 15 times before he like stops.
One of the better moments, which had no fighting, but it looked really well choreographed, was when the guy's using those weird like ninja sickles and he's like spinning them around like they're nunchucks. I was really impressed by that moment.
Even some of the driving in here, like we were talking about the drive, we stopped and talked about the driving. Like there was that driving scene.
Oh yeah.
Like they have one hell of a good driving scene in this movie that's actually really decent.
So it's not like there's like chickens flying and like people smashing into like fruit carts or anything. They're just like in some weird like cliff area. Some guy comes out in the fucking Thunderbird, and he like drives towards them, and then like another car like swoops by as fast as possible, but nobody getting hit. I'm like, how do these guys drive so well? This is crazy.
Yeah, it was really good driving. Like this shit, that was amazing driving. Like it was so fast paced, so quick, and it did look good. Like it wasn't a long drive, but like, and that's the thing about this movie. Like the acting is uncanny valley, but the choreography, the stunts and shit, fucking on point. Bang, 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 just fast paced, ready to go. And that's what makes this movie amazing. And the last bit on the octagon, that's where you see Chuck Norris literally move. And he's fast. Like, the fight scenes are fast looking. Like, they also don't look like they're sped up.
And they're really clean, too. There's no, like, jittering, or there's no, quick pauses to, like, set up a punch that's gonna go through without hurting the person. Like, yeah. It's just very well edited and very well choreographed.
That's why I said it has such an uncanny valley feeling to it, because There are beautiful scenes in this movie.
Oh yes, like the part after the car chase, and then you see like the whole city of I think it's Los Angeles or something, but you just see the whole city on the sunset. I'm like, God damn, looks great. That's like a vaporwave wallpaper.
Yeah. There's also that other scene they do where right after the line dancing scene, there's that scene when Chuck Norris is stepping over all the wood and how that looks. That looks really good.
Yeah.
Like, that's this beautiful scene type of thing. And there are scenes like that where it's just out of nowhere. And again, it ends with a great scene where after Chuck Norris kills the big bad, the end level boss, kills the guy, and he just kind of stops and kind of like you see the sunset, and he just kind of stops and turns. That is an amazing scene. Like, it's just beautiful, kind of like the sun, the light. Like, you could use that as wallpaper.
That could just be like the movie poster or something.
It really could be a movie poster. Like, there's some pretty, like, and again, that's what makes this movie so fucking crazy. It's just really good.
It's like really aesthetically pleasing beauty mixed with like janky, awkward dialogue that makes no sense.
It's weird. Like, I like the movie.
And it's quite literally like if Silent Hill was a Chuck Norris movie. That's what the Octagon is.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Overall, what are you going to give it there, good sir?
I will definitely give it more than... What did I give McQuaid? I think I gave it a 4, right?
4, yeah.
Yeah, I would give this one like maybe a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, I would say we're at that level where we're hitting the 7s.
Yeah, it's like 6.5. I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, and we're getting to the next Chuck Norris movie. And a movie that I know multiple people on YouTube have talked about, but fuck you all, I'm going to do it anyway. Invasion USA. And because he's never seen Invasion USA, we're going to do Invasion USA. We were in a debate about Good Guys Wear Black, which I think is one of his first movies, or the Missing in Action movies. So we'll kind of figure out what's going to be after that.
We're leaning towards Missing in Action.
Yeah, we're leaning towards Missing in Action. We also have Delta Force 1. I'm not doing Delta Force 2 because, fuck that shit. Delta Force 1 was good. and yeah, so that's our review. Thank you. Like, subscribe if you like listening to two class clowns goof off about movies after we just finished watching them. And you have yourself a very good one.
Later.